What's up, beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Crystal and this is Bond Book Reviews, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Just got out of the shower. I am looking like a hot mess, but I wanted to get this video out to you guys this week, and this is the only time that I have to film. So little Addie's down here. I don't know if you can see her kicking around, but if you hear noises, that's all it is. But it's kind of fitting that she's here today because today we're going to be talking about some new release kids books that we have recently been sent from publishers that we really enjoyed, and talk about why we liked them and maybe show you like a few of our favorite illustrations, etc. I know it's very different content that I usually put out, but I know that a lot of the people that I interact with on a regular basis on here do have children or grandchildren, so I figured I would share this and maybe someone will get some use out of it, and if not, adult content will be back next week. Don't worry, this is not becoming a regular thing on my channel, but I just wanted to thank the publishers and show off what I've received because they've been really, really kind, sending a bunch of stuff for Addie. So let's dive in. So first up, we have these two here. So these are new touch and feel books that are being released from Pretty Books. And we have My Best Friend is a Dinosaur and My Best Friend is a Giraffe. And then throughout the book, the animal goes on very different adventures, and each page has different things that have different sensory stuff for the child. So soft belly, rough hat, etc. For the dinosaur. And then the giraffe obviously goes and does some fun things like plays musical instruments, and I think his dog has some like fluffy belly and stuff like that. So really, really cool. Even the front of the book is interactive and touch and feel. So Addie loves these. I put them down while she's doing tummy time on a different page each time, and she just feels around and plays with them, and it keeps her very entertained. Next up, we have this lovely one, which is Colors Everywhere by Julia Donaldson and Sharon King Chai. This is it's got cutouts in the front, and then throughout it, our main character goes on adventures through the world of painting, so learning all the different colors, and each page has something very, very interactive in it. So you have like a cutout frog, or you have birds that open up out into other parts of the pages. It's very, very cool. Shows off your very different colors, etc. Beautiful illustrations throughout, and the adventure she goes on also teaches them their colors as well as some other unique things. So very, very beautiful, very, very stunning. I can recommend this one. Next, we have My Tooth is Loose by David Campbell. It's not as funny as it sounds. You think that would be very hilarious, a lot of play on words and things like that, but all it is it follows two young sibling bunnies. One has a loose tooth and wants to lose their tooth, and the other doesn't, because I think they're waiting for the tooth fairy to come, so they have a loose tooth, and the other one gets pliers and different things to try and help pull out the tooth so that the tooth fairy can come, but the other one is nervous about losing their loose tooth. Very cute. Illustrations obviously are quite imaginative. You obviously have very basic illustrations in it, but it is a bright one, so it is good for keeping their attention. One of mine and Addie's favorites is Misunderstood by Catherine Abel and Bo Wiley. If you have seen my Instagram, you would have seen me rave about this one. I absolutely loved it. It is a retelling of the Three Little Pigs, but it is told from the wolf's perspective, and it talks about how she was misunderstood and she actually wasn't trying to eat the wolves, but she just had allergies, and so she went up to the straw house made her sneeze, etc., etc. It goes on and so forth, and then the poor wolf gets lied about in all the other stories and becomes the big bad wolf. I absolutely love this because it definitely shows children that there's two sides to every single story, and the illustrations are quite hilarious as well. I love how later on in the story it starts talking about, let me just bring it up, it starts talking about the wolf being misinterpreted in multiple different stories, so it brings in other stories and other folk tales throughout childhood that people might have heard about wolves. So I thought that was really cool. So definitely 100% recommend this one. This is probably my favorite of the stack. We have the next in the Pig the Pug series, which is Pig the Rebel by Aaron Blabby. Pig is very famous in this house. We have the entire collection, so we were very excited to be getting sent the next one in the collection. This probably isn't my favorite in the series, but it is still fun and interesting to see Pig on another adventure. If you're unfamiliar with who Pig the Pug is, you definitely need to check him out. He's very, very hilarious. His original stuff, earlier in the series, is definitely much funnier and gets the kids giggling a little bit more than this one, but this one is good in terms of teaching children that they need to behave. We have Koalas Arc by Stephen Michael King. This one was actually, if I recall, made to make fun, like sales from this were going to help rehabilitate koalas after fires and floods, and the whole story follows a koala who builds a boat during the fires and goes and picks up all the injured animals, and they go along in the boat and like find a new sanctuary to live. So it was very well done. It probably wasn't as it was quite a depressing story, obviously, but it is a depressing topic, and it is good that they were able to bring light to it. But I definitely feel like it's a darker story, so probably for those older kids rather than your little ones. But I love the fact that sales for this were going to be leading to, you know, koala sanctuaries receiving funds. Don't quote me on that, but I'm like pretty sure there was something about that in the letter that they sent out to me. This is probably one of my next favorites, and this is You Are Loved. It has cutouts of a heart, and then each page that you go on, the heart changes shape until it gets all the way to the end. And it talks about a child being loved regardless of whether they win, they lose, they come first, they brush their teeth, they don't brush their teeth, they behave when they're alone, when they're together. It just pretty much says that no matter what, you are always going to be loved, and I think that was really cool. And then obviously the love heart is cut out right at the front to stick somebody's face in. So yeah, very, very cool. I think this one retails for about $30, so it is quite expensive. It's a big hardback, but definitely worth the investment because it's so pretty, and I just love the creativity that's gone into it. Next we have The Speedy Sloth by Rebecca Young and Heath Mackenzie. This one was really cool. It came with baby sweatbands. So Addie got to put on her sweatbands while she practices tummy time. This is the story about a sloth who, regardless of coming in last, still thinks he's a winner. And I think that is really, really cool to teach a message to children that you don't always have to come first to feel like you're winning in life. So I definitely loved the message in this one. And I love the fact that all the people that he was beating in this race were very, very creative characters. So the illustrations in it do make you giggle a little bit. And I love the fact that it is also signed by the author. So that was really cool. But I love the fact that the illustrations definitely show the various different animals in a race. It's very creative. Every time I look at it, I see something different or a different expression from a different animal. And our last one in the stack is The Very Clever Bear by Nick Bland. This is another one in the bear series that Nick Bland produces. He would have done The Very Angry Bear, The Very Hungry Bear, and I'm blanking on the others. But yes, this is probably my least favorite again of the series, but still interesting. I love the fact that the illustrations are very on brand. Cute little bear, obviously, within here. Tries to build a bike so that he can join the circus. They pretty much tell him he's not good enough, but he continues to try, ends up building a different bike, and in the end, that bike ends up saving all of the circus animals that are in danger later. So very, very cute. A message about not giving up, I guess. A huge shout out and thank you to Pan Macmillan Scholastic and I think HarperCollins for all the books that I've been sent. They have definitely added to Addie's collection. Her bookshelf is forever growing and she is very grateful. So thank you so much for all of that. I hope that these grab some great book ideas for you to maybe buy the babies or the kids in your life for Christmas or birthdays or anything coming up. And until next time, if you don't have anything to drop in the comments, drop a dog emoji for Addie's play toy. And thank you so much for coming. Give that video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already and join this crazy theme. And until next time, happy reading. Bye. Bye bye.